At EFFoST 2020, we are happy to welcome Dr. Liz Specht as a speaker of the plenary session Feeding the World Today and Tomorrow. Liz is currently Associate Director of Science and Technology with the Good Food Institute. And in this interview, she shares her thoughts on the potential of alternative proteins. Welcome, Liz, in the show. So to what degree do you think alternative proteins will transform public health?
I think there are huge positive benefits for public health. I think the food safety issues that are inherent in current industrial animal agriculture are really rising to the top of public awareness with everything going on with the pandemic and so forth. Alternative proteins really offer an option for us to move to systems that don't have the same zoonotic health risks, that don't pose the same threats of antibiotic resistance. A lot of these sort of far-ranging public health implications, we really have an opportunity to combat head-on with a shift towards alternative proteins.
So what do you think are the future challenges of the alternative protein sector?
I think a lot of the main challenges in the coming years will be around enabling alternative protein sector to scale and grow as quickly as it needs to meet this rapid increase in demand for these products. We've seen that already with challenges with some of the supply chains for these novel plant protein sources, challenges with talent bottlenecks to build these underlying technologies. I think there's a ton of momentum and a ton of interest in this sector, and really we need more of all of these resources, both human capital, financial capital, and real world sort of material transitions in the supply chain to allow this industry to grow.
How have sustainability and food system resilience driven the recent interest in alternative proteins?
There's a lot of interest coming from, I think, our recognition of some of the vulnerabilities of our current food system arising from a lot of the inefficiencies that are sort of inherent in current protein production platforms. So both sustainability, being able to lessen the resource burden of producing these alternative protein food products, and the resiliency that comes with that, the ability to leverage different input raw materials and modify production to accommodate local geographies and local availability is really what's driving a lot of this trend. And I think we see that accelerating again with recent global events here.
Will the effort to advance the field of alternative proteins impact developing countries?
There's a huge opportunity here for developing countries. In the development world, we speak a lot about this concept of leapfrog technologies, being able to sort of bypass some of the prior technological waves of industrialization and so forth, and move directly into a world that is, cleaner, more efficient, more resilient, more secure. And I think security is a big operative word here for developing world contexts. This notion of food security and being less dependent on or vulnerable to sort of whims in global grain markets and some of the distortions around protein production in other parts of the world is one of the big advantages of alternative proteins.
Well, thank you very much for your time, and we look forward to your presentation at the EFFoST International Conference in November. Thank you very much.